everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ohio Guys here. My name is Christian Ocampo, and today I'm joined by another amazing guest here today. We have Nicholas Corda here.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Very good, and you?
Doing great.
Good, good.
Yeah, enjoying this Friday evening, getting the chance to finally get this interview done. I know
Yay.
we've been having some time lapses trying to hunker down time to make this possible. So I'm glad we finally were able to meet up like this.
Yes, and thank you for your flexibility. It's been a little crazy lately, but all good things, all good things. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm very excited to get some questions on the way here.
Me too.
So to kind of get us started here, why don't you tell us what is it like working in the industry today?
I love voice acting. I'm a voice actor and a script adapter. It's been great. It's been very interesting with the pandemic because it's given, a lot of us in different markets to work, like, for example, like someone in New York could work on projects in LA or Texas and vice versa. And that has been, really great, I think, for the voiceover industry overall. So I know that, it's been really great to get those opportunities and to, further grow as an artist, and an actor and what have you. So, yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, no, I definitely get you. Especially you've been in a steady rise with your name out there, being kind of like the new guy in the block, getting to these new shows, new projects every few months now. So you're definitely on an amazing path.
Oh, thank you.
So definitely, I'm happy to see new people, new actors get a chance to spread their wings and get names out there so they can be in way more future titles from here on out.
For sure, for sure.
So why don't you tell us, during your time in the industry, what is your favorite project you have worked on?
Oh, I love everything that I work on. I would say definitely as of now, it's Fena, Pirate Princess. There's another project that I can't talk about right now that I also really love, but of the ones that I can talk about, it is definitely Fena, and probably still will be even with that other project, even though I love that project. But regardless, Fena.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll definitely jump into that very soon as we pile through in chronological order some of your member stuff, going from New York and to Texas, Funimation, all that fun jazz. So to kind of get us started with some of your older work, and this one we're talking about like around like 2018-ish.
Mm-hmm.
The studio behind this went on Kickstarter to get the dub for Aria the animation.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us what was it like working on that project?
That was a blast. It's fun because I really love Venice, and it was just fun because it takes place in Neo Venezia, which is a recreation of Venice in space, and to just kind of be in that world as an Italian person was very fun, and I got to play like a couple fun parts in that, and. My favorite is interacting with President Arya. There's like a little scene, but one of my characters is in where we're kicking a ball, and just Tara Tish Wallace, I believe, plays President Arya, and she does such a great job. But it's just this like cute little thing, and it's like "Bow-bow!" It's kind of like I don't know. It's very funny, and that was very fun to do.
Yeah, no, this was a very surprising title that finally took so many years to get English dub.
Mm-hmm.
Many people like me who were curious about the show but never really saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those shows you kind of look at first glance, and when you kind of explore it, you know that there is no English dub, and you're like, huh, that's funny. Like the show could be dubbed into English, but
Yeah.
why isn't that? It kind of should. Because you can see it's got on the cover, it's got the three girls with
Mhm.
their boats. There's like a certain, again, going back to your Italian heritage, it's got that Italian painting sort of vibe to it.
Yes, yeah. The manga is like the covers are beautiful, and yeah. I mean, it's surprising also because it has a pretty big fandom. That it never. I guess they never until the Kickstarter made it into a dub. But yeah, and the cast is just fantastic. Veronica Taylor, Marissa Lenti, Jessica Calvello, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just everyone's kind of doing their best work in it. It's really good, and the director Joe is also lovely, lovely guy. Yeah, that was a fun show to work on.
Yeah, definitely. I pitched in for the Kickstarter to get myself the limited edition box set. So
Yay!
just something great, good to have in my anime collection that's ever growing.
Hmm.
So, I'm glad that all of it, all the seasons, the OVAs, anything that is in that whole saga,
Hmm.
it's been dubbed. So it really reached its goal. A lot of people were fans of it. They made sure that it was going to get dubbed from beginning to end.
Yeah,
So
even the OVAs. And also, actually, before I forget, Lisa Ortiz is also fantastic in it. But
can't forget
yes,
her.
yes, no. As you were saying, I just had to remember that.
Same here. I was going to throw her a name. Got to meet her. Got her to autograph my Aria box
Oh,
set. So,
amazing.
so
Yeah.
yeah, great lady. She's a great New York talent, a big
Mhm.
veteran out there for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, she's the
So
best.
yeah,
Yeah.
very experienced.
Yes.
All right, and then just keeping on the train with these Kickstarters, another title that also got Kickstarter dub.
Yes.
This one is Emma, the a Victorian romance.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about what was like working on that title?
That was also a blast. I did both, various English accents and German accents in it, which was, uh, wonderful and, also great to like really polish my German accent for that. Yeah, and just that's such like a beautiful. It's very interesting because the director Joe, he would same director, dub director, he would say, in some ways, the English version is kind of a more definitive version of the anime because it's kind of like a BBC English drama, and in it can be jarring when watching it in the original Japanese, to watch this sort of Victorian drama unfold, and they're all speaking Japanese, and it's great, but it's very interesting to see it also done in English because you're like, oh, this is kind of the correlation between how it's sort of is very much like those BBC dramas it's made evident by the dub, if my roundabout explanation makes any sense. um yeah.
Yeah, no, like definitely makes sense. I think you perfectly summarized it well. This was another title that, for what reason, also did not get a dub, just like Oreo. And
Yeah.
again, when you look at that cover, it's got that royalty, it's got that regal feel to it.
Yes.
And during that time period when it came out, there were other shows that were similar and that
Mhm.
British, Victorian, European type of setting.
Yes.
They were all getting their English dubs, but apparently Emma was one that drew the short stick for many years, and
Mm.
finally it got its dub. So yeah, I'm glad that it was a great opportunity for you and many other actors who got to really get to brush up on their British accent or German accent, whatever accent that the characters got to play. Have
Yeah,
some fun with that. Another way to show their acting chops when it comes to using accents or dialogues.
definitely. Yeah. That's a very good point. Yeah. And it's always fun to do accents. It's always, at least, I mean, most of my actor friends think the same way, but I love doing accents. Yeah. So yes.
They're always fun. Everyone has told me that they love doing the accent, especially if it's got British.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoys that.
Yes. Yeah. British's RP is always a joy to do.
All right, then transitioning away from the Kickstarter titles, and now we'll get to one that's really synonymous with anime and with video games. And I'm talking about Pokemon here.
Oh,
Why don't you
yes.
tell us what was it like finally being part of that universe?
Oh, I mean, a dream come true. I grew up, as we all did, with Pokemon and, the games and the show and what have you. So to finally be a part of that was like, well, I can cross that off my goals for life list. And just to like play in that world is just such a joy. And, Lisa Ortiz was the director for it, and working with her is always just fantastic and so fun. And yeah, yeah. And also just my character, I in Sun and Moon, is very fun to play because he's very energetic, and I love playing energetic characters. Yes, yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, it's just being in Pokemon alone. Yeah, I think everyone just enjoys it just because everyone grew up with Pokemon. Pokemon has always been part of that medium for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great way to just be in that more kid-friendly type of show.
Yeah.
From traditional anime where it can be more adult at times, but as with Pokemon, this one where you can just let your inner child just take over and just
Yeah.
and just immerse into the world of Pokemon.
Yeah, no, that's very true because yeah, sometimes in other anime there'll be more not like slice of life moments. Not that Pokemon doesn't have that, but it's just kind of bop 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 fun 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 fun, and it's great. Yeah, yeah, I would absolutely agree with what you just said.
Yeah, it's Pokemon. It's everyone knows it. Everyone knows how it usually goes. So Pokemon will always be Pokemon, no matter how many years pass by or what reiteration might come about. We know how Pokemon is going to be.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And it is the highest grossing franchise in the world, so the formula works.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so here is one as we transition to now from your New York work to Texas/Funimation. And this one of your first works with Funimation, and we're going to talk about Arte. What was like working on that show?
Oh, delightful. Marissa is wonderful to work with. She had like a really great vision for the dub. I love working on anime about Italy because, so yeah, that was really great. And that character was really fun to play too because he's Jimo. He has, he's this 10-year-old child and he has all of these opinions and he's like, very like, no. And it's just very funny, and it was a delight to work on that show, and also just a beautiful show. I think my mom, who is an artist, and she started watching it, and she doesn't really watch anime because it's about Renaissance painters, and yeah, that was a great show to work on.
Yeah, no, this was great. Like it really captured the artistry behind the art that was being made, whether it be paintings or clay, just any field in the art realm. I think they did justice when it comes to focusing on the Renaissance era.
Yeah.
And then for you, another show that takes place in Italy. I think for you, it's always great for you as an actor getting to I guess, see your culture being portrayed by a different culture with Japan.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you always be awestruck just seeing like what creativity can be put out and just being part of that as well. So
Yes, absolutely. Also, and I know that anime is big in Italy as well, which isn't surprising, but I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a reason for that. Anyway, you were saying.
yeah, and it's just I think the Japanese really love Italian culture, especially when it comes to the art behind it.
Hmm.
So we always will see more shows like these coming out when it comes to just focusing on the art. I just love it. Just love the characters that are in it, how they contribute one way or the other to each episode. Then just seeing Arte learning about these characters, their their own worlds, and just exploring into these different layers of the Renaissance art. And she is still learning like
Yeah.
each a new skill, new technique, just new everything. So it's definitely a masterpiece of a show in its own right.
It's really great. And I think also going off of that, I'm pretty sure and I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it's loosely based off of Artemisia Gentileschi. Not like all the stuff that happened to her, but I think like it's just her as a Renaissance painter and a woman in Italy. That was kind of the jumping off point. But which is just kind of really cool, I think, that there's a grain of something in there. And then another thing that's really funny is that my character is in that show is also in Venice. So it's like Venice is, I don't know, there's something about Venice. It's also one of my favorite cities in Italy. So yeah. Yeah.
Hey, everyone loves Venice. It's one of the top tourist attractions to go to. So I can't blame
Yes.
Venice being the focal point of things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so the design of the city is so cool. And this like the mass transit. They don't have the subway, they have boats. That's so cool and so fun. Yeah, anyway.
All right, man. So I mean, we can go like a whole tangent on just this show about
Yeah.
everything that's Italian culture, Italian art. There's just so much to say about it. But there's also we want to talk about that you've worked on. So another big show that you got to add to your belt. What was like working on My Hero Academia?
Oh. Yeah, that was also like crossing off another like VO goal. Yeah, that was just like awesome. I was like, yeah, this is really dreams. This is cool, and to like be the little like captain, not mini boss, but like kind of mini boss of the week in that episode was just a lot of fun. And our guys kind of our little like pirate gang sort of set up you know I believe they're like the whole trigger thing. So yeah, that was a joy.
Yeah, it's a massive show. So many episodes, so many characters.
Yeah.
Also, there needs to be a lot of actors to fill those characters' voices.
Yeah.
And everyone just has their own love for My Hero Academia. Just being able to be part of that world, just with the superpowers and this, just being that shonen action genre in itself.
Yeah.
It's fun just knowing that you get to play a character that in this action oriented show. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, just it's such a big show. It's really, I think well written, and just it means so much to so many people, including me. So yeah, and also just to get wrecked by Iravity, I was just like, yes. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. So now we come to the big show, the one that everyone has kind of known you for right now, one that has really been a shockwave when it first announced. This one was announced for Toonami in its lineup, and we're talking about Fina, the Pirate Princess. What was I thinking on that show?
Oh, it's like, yeah, it's I love it. I really love it. I love all the characters. There's just something so dynamic about it, and but also very hard hitting. What one of the things that I also love about the characters in that show is that none of them are, one dimensional, and they could be, but each character there's like given time to like develop them and show them many layers. Like at first I thought that Shitan would just be this sort of, like wise, sort of soft-spoken, archer, and then he's got like all of these different layers, and I'm like, I am just so grateful to get the chance to play, a character like that. And yeah, and just everyone's just doing such a great job, and Michael and Stephanie are just such fantastic directors. The writing has been just really a really, really top-notch dub script. Yeah, I love watching it. I'm always like, and not even just as someone being in it. Whenever I'm watching it, I'm just thinking, that was it. There's got to be more. Like, I want to see the next episode. Why do I have to wait a week? Yeah, it's been great. And also I just love like the historical, the references, but also the lore that goes into it. And that there is sort of this, it's anime, of course, so there are going to be some, it's like a historical fantasy, so there are going to be like some spectacular elements to it, but I love how it just really commits to them, especially with like the submarine, and and also in committing to things, how it just unabashedly kills people off. Even in the beginning, when I think in the second episode, no, the third episode in Barbarol, after I believe Robbie Damon's character fails to capture Fena, they just toss him off the boat, and that's it. Like, bye bye. And they and then Abel in last week's episode just totally nukes the Rumble Rose and blows up O'Malley's ship with one shot. He Death Stars it, and it's like, my jaw kind of dropped, because I hadn't, when we dub, we only generally see our scenes, and we don't see, what else happens, especially when our character isn't like directly involved. So seeing that, it was just like, oh my god, like, whoa. Yeah, I love Fena. And yeah, everyone's just killing it. Like my castmates, they're the best. Yeah.
Yeah, this one was on my radar for a few months. I remember like way before the English dub was announced. It was on MA News Network, on Twitter, and I think some other sites. They really posted that Fena was scheduled to appear on Toonami. And what was more fun about it is no one knew who was going to be in the cast, which it happens every once in a while, where a show gets announced for Toonami or it gets announced to be programmed, but they don't announce who's going to be in it. They'll announce it will have an English cast, but won't tell who was going to be until the day it happens, until the announcement drops. So it creates a bit of excitement and a bit of thinking on who's going to be part of the show.
Yes. And also just to be in a Toonami show is just also another little dream come true, having grown up watching Toonami, Yu Yu Hakusho, and just yeah, that was also just like, oh crap. you know, yeah, what a joy. Yeah, yeah, Toonami's great. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, definitely. And, hopefully we'll see how far the show goes, see if it gets more episodes, maybe future seasons. Who knows? I'll
Yes.
tell you this. I'm probably going to find a art book one of these days or find a amazing poster. I like to get something like this in my collection.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't even know when they're going to have like a home release for it. So that'd be
Yeah.
nothing to definitely look out for.
Yes. Oh, yes. I am looking forward to that as well, especially to get a Blu-ray. Yeah. Totally, totally.
All right. Now it's time for a funny question I like to ask everyone. If you could be any character you have played in real life, who will you be? And you can mix and match.
Okay. So like a character that I've played, who would I mean, uh Shitan. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny too because there we do have a bunch of similarities, I think, in real life. I don't know. Yeah, I would say that. Hmm.
Yeah, tough
Is
one.
uh yeah, I mean I'm gonna say Shitan. I'm just thinking if there's like any other. No, he's just so cool, you know. Um yeah. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else coming out that you can talk about or anything else that you'd like to plug in at this time?
Nothing I can talk about. Some cool things coming up, but I legally NDA, you know how it goes. I can't disclose. But good things, fun, good things. Yeah, you know. Let me think. No, I mean, yeah, generally, yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. Um, but yeah, yeah. This was a joy. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, understandable. Hopefully we'll see what comes out.
Yeah.
So to kind of wrap this up, is there any Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any other social media for fans to contact you at?
Yeah, so my Twitter is at Nick Justin Corda, and my Instagram should just be Nick Corda, NickCorda. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for your time for this interview. It was a
Thank
pleasure to
you.
finally make this all happen.
Yes, same. Thank you so much for being so accommodating.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you to our viewers out there for tuning in for this episode of the Ohio Guys here. Thank you, everyone. And we'll be seeing you all next time. Bye now.
Bye.